Let's talk about the Sony ZV-E10 II. Now this is a vlogging camera, so we can't really do it justice by being in the studio, so it's time to head to Alwar. Now before you go, 10 seconds. I know this camera has been out in the market for a while, but there hasn't really been a competition that has come out yet beyond this and the Osmo Pocket 3 and the Hero 13 from GoPro. So I wanted to give it a chance. Let's check out what all this offers. So as a vlogger, what do I look for in my camera? First and foremost, is it easy to carry around? Well, the ZV-E10 II definitely is. It's lightweight, and that includes the lens, which is a 16 to 50 mm at this point. So as a package, it's quite easy. Though when you add the handle, it becomes a little heavy, and then in comparison to, say, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, it's on the heavier side, especially if you hold it and move around. Not that comfortable, but I have to say, yes, it is easy to carry around. Definitely, as a vlogger, I would love to have this with me. Next, let's talk about battery life, because that is a biggie. When you're on the go and traveling, you need the camera to last for as long as possible. Now, this camera was at 100% when we started in the beginning of this day, but by the end of our first location, when we were there only for about, say, 20 minutes or so, it was already down to less than 70%. And by the end of our second location, it was at 20%. So I get it, we were shooting at 4K, 50 frames per second, but still, I mean, I would hope it would have a longer battery life. It is better than the predecessor, but Sony maybe a little longer next time around. Number 3. Most important one, which is quality. Now, of course, this camera has a lot of DSLR-like features, so you have the ability to shoot in your S-Log, right? You can shoot in cinema mode, you have your different creative looks. There is a whole lot of possibilities, a whole world of possibilities which basic vlogging cameras lack. So quality-wise, definitely does great. In the first location, I found that like the dynamic range was not bad. Though as the day went by, there's been a lot of harsh sunlight, so we've really gotten to test this. It's been mediocre, not too bad. It's done better than what basic vlogging cameras would do, and even some good ones like the DJI Pocket Cinema, but I think it can be better. Again, that being said, it is a vlogging camera. You just want something that's convenient and you can use on the go. Number 4, stabilization, because this is something you do on the go vlogging, right? As you're moving around, you're capturing different things, you want to make sure that the shot can be as stable as possible. The IBIS in this has sadly not been as good as I would have hoped. Of course, with the stand, for some reason it has been worse with me, but using it generally, even especially since it's very light in weight, it is not too bad, but it can be better, especially in comparison to cameras like the one we've been comparing so far, which is the Pocket 3. That comes with a gimbal, this doesn't, but you know, you can get all of that in that kit. It's slightly lacking, but not too bad. As a vlogger, definitely something worth considering. Now we chose a sunny day, good and great for us because then we can actually test this camera out because it is not weather sealed. So if you want to shoot something on a rainy day, too bad. Alright, so guys, it's time to test the audio. There's a little bit of wind. In fact, just a few minutes ago the wind was crazy. So now I'm holding both the Sony ZV-E10 II and then here's the DJI Pocket 3, the Osmo Pocket 3. So of course one has an advantage. You can see the mic is right here. So I presume that's going to be a better option, but what do you guys think of the inbuilt mic for the Sony camera? Is it doing well? Is it catching? Can you hear a difference with the wind? Is the dead cat that give helping at all? What do you guys think? Of course, just talking from a vlogging perspective, outside of audio, I love how much of a wide angle I'm getting on the Osmo Pocket 3 versus the Sony camera. I mean, I have to really push my hand beyond, but this is, you can already see I'm like equidistant my arm's length. I'm just holding one in each hand. This is of course with the inbuilt stabilization option or feature on the Sony camera. So what are your thoughts on that? I personally am leaning towards the DJI Osmo, at least for this kind of a shot. So what's the verdict of the Sony ZV-E10 II? Its vlogging camera. Let's talk about how it did in terms of performing as a vlogging camera. I think all the things that I had mentioned, it did fairly well in all those 6-7 categories that I had said. Battery was the biggest letdown for sure, but in terms of features, in terms of being lightweight, yes, it's not as light as the DJI Pocket 3, but it's sturdier. So you definitely don't want to compromise on that. As a combination, it does great. It also still has that feature from its previous model, the predecessor, right? That you can interchange lenses, which really helped us out today in our second location, the water one. We suddenly saw monkeys and wanted to take some photos, but we couldn't go too close. So we just swapped it out for the 85mm lens and got some amazing photos. So all in all, it's a great camera. It did heat up a few times and it's not summer yet, so I don't know why it kept shutting down. It was overheating. But otherwise, definitely a great deal. What do you guys think? It is 94,990 rupees, less than 1 lakh. Not as cheap as the Osmo Pocket 3, but not that bad because it has more features than that camera. So that's our verdict. We give it a thumbs up. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. As always, remember to like, share and subscribe to our channel, Acrobyte.